Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. So you want to know if those state-funded merit scholarships actually work?
It's a question a lot of folks are asking.
Do they actually convince those bright sparks to stick around and work in-state after they graduate? It's a big decision for states, right?
Yeah, pouring tons of money into higher education.
They want to make sure those grads stick around and, contribute to the economy. But before we judge those grads too harshly, let's see what the research says. We're actually going way back for this one, back to the 1970s.
The 70s.
I know. Sounds like ancient history.
Bell-bottoms and disco balls.
Exactly. But trust me, this data gives us a super valuable long-term perspective. And the insights, surprisingly relevant, even today.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. What kind of data are we talking about?
So picture this. Researchers in the 70s with their 70s attire.
I can only imagine.
Meticulously study these two massive sets of students. We're talking the College and Beyond Survey and the National Longitudinal Survey of 1972.
Those are some classic data sets.
Right. Data gold mines. These researchers were thorough. They noted everything. Where the students went to high school, the colleges they applied to, which ones they actually attended, and here's the kicker.
Drum roll, please.
Where they were living and working 10 to 15 years later.
Wow, talk about dedication. Following those students for years and years. It's like a long-running social experiment.
Totally. And what they found was pretty interesting. There's a connection between attending college in a particular state and working there later on. But
There's always a but.
it's not as strong a connection as you might think.
Interesting. So those merit scholarships might not be the magic bullet some policymakers were hoping for. Tell me more.
Right. So they use some pretty clever statistical methods to isolate the true impact of attending college in-state. They wanted to be sure they weren't just capturing, say, a student's preference for a certain state.
Makes sense. They don't want to confuse a student who just happened to enroll in a college in a state they already loved, right?
Exactly. They even accounted for students who applied to colleges in several different states.
Thorough.
And even then, the link between attending college in a state and working there later, still only modest.
Modest. So it's not a guarantee then. Just because you go to college in a state doesn't mean you're chained to a desk there for life.
Right. It seems like students have more freedom to explore different paths, which is kind of refreshing.
I agree. It means more options, more flexibility.
Exactly. And get this, even back in the 70s, the research suggests that the pull of a good job market, stronger than state lines.
Interesting. So even back then, grads were packing their bags and heading to where the jobs were.
Seems like it. Maybe the jobs in their field were more plentiful elsewhere, or the salaries were just too good to pass up. But either way, it shows that grads were already thinking beyond state borders.
Which makes sense, right? I mean, it's natural to want to go where the opportunities are best.
Totally. It's all about weighing your options and finding the best fit for your career goals, your life goals. And, thinking about it, this whole leaving the state thing is probably even more common now than it was back then.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with remote work and, the whole world becoming one giant interconnected office these days.
Right. The possibilities are pretty much endless. But hold on a sec, we're just getting started. There's another study we should dive into, and this one focuses specifically on the impact of merit aid programs in Arkansas and Georgia.
Okay, so zooming in on specific states and their programs. Interesting.
Right. And they use this really cool natural experiment design, comparing those states to others that didn't offer similar scholarships.
Clever, a natural experiment. So instead of just looking at whether students stayed in state, they were looking at the real-world effectiveness of those scholarships.
Exactly. So the million-dollar question, did those scholarships actually convince more students to get degrees?
Don't leave me hanging, did they?
They did. They found a 3 percentage point increase in the number of students earning degrees after those programs were introduced.
3%. That's pretty significant, right?
Huge.
Oh,
Well, imagine 3 more students at every graduation ceremony walking across that stage getting their diplomas.
more caps in the air. But it also brings up another question, doesn't it? I mean, is a 3% increase enough to justify the cost of these programs? And is simply increasing the number of grads, regardless of where they end up working, the best way to measure the success of these scholarships?
Right. It's like those policymakers stumbled onto a piece of a much larger puzzle. There's more to this story than just keeping grads within state lines, it seems like. Well, personal preferences, family ties, where your college buddies end up.
All those things could play a role.
Exactly. It's way more complicated than just go to school here or work here forever.
It's about life, right? Life is messy.
That's for sure. And on that note, maybe we should dig into some of these other factors.
I'm all for it. Let's do it.
So before the break, we were talking about how merit-based scholarships
Look.
might not be the end-all be-all to keep grads working in-state.
Yeah, we're really starting to unpack that.
It sounds like there's a whole bunch of other factors at play when it comes to where grads decide to put down roots.
Absolutely. So many factors. Think about it. Your life isn't just about your job, right?
Definitely not. There's so much more to life than just work.
Right. Your family, your community, just your overall sense of belonging. Those things are tough to measure.
Totally. Those are like those intangible things that spreadsheets and statistics just can't quite capture.
Exactly. And that actually reminds me of this other research paper. They basically said, hey, everyone, hold your horses. We're so busy obsessing over where people work that we're forgetting about all those other fantastic benefits that come with a college education.
Okay, I like where this is going. Like what a spill the tea.
Well, for starters, they found that people who have college degrees often have better health.
Interesting. So education is good for your mind, body. I'm listening.
Right. They also tend to have stronger social connections, and get this, they're more likely to be involved in their communities.
It's like that saying, it takes a village,
Yeah.
to raise a child, to build a strong community. It takes everyone pitching in.
Exactly. And college grads, well, they bring a lot to that village, to that community.
They do. Their knowledge, their skills, their experiences, it all benefits everyone around them. Not to mention, it creates a more informed and engaged citizenry, which is a win-win for everyone.
Totally. So instead of asking, are these scholarships keeping grads chained to a desk in their home state? Maybe the better question is,
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat.
are these scholarships helping to create well-rounded, engaged, active citizens who contribute to society wherever they choose to live?
Now you're talking. It's about the bigger picture, right?
Yes, it's not just about controlling where people end up.
It's about investing in people and empowering them to make a difference, wherever they may be.
Now you're getting it. And speaking of investing in the future, we should probably talk about early childhood education.
Okay, wait, hold up. Early childhood education. How did we get from college grads to toddlers so fast? Did I miss something?
Haha, no, you didn't miss a thing, but it's all connected, right?
Okay, I'm intrigued. How so?
Well, one of the studies we looked at found that a parent's income has a huge impact on their child's future earnings. And early childhood education can help break that cycle. It can level the playing field a bit.
I see where you're going with this. It's like giving those kids a head start, setting them up for success right from the get-go.
Exactly. When parents invest in their kids' education early on, it can have a ripple effect that lasts a lifetime.
I love that, a ripple effect. It's so true. Early childhood education can have such a profound impact on a child's life. It can boost their future earning potential, and more importantly, it can empower them to achieve their dreams.
Absolutely, no matter their background, no matter their family's income level.
It's like that saying, give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. But in this case, it's more like, give a child a good education, and you empower them for a lifetime. And who knows, maybe they'll even stay in their home state, start a business, create jobs.
The possibilities are endless. But there's another piece to this whole college puzzle that we need to consider.
Oh, don't leave me hanging. What is it?
Well, we've been talking a lot about traditional universities, but there's another type of institution out there, for-profit colleges. And the research on them is a little, well, it's a little concerning.
For-profit colleges, huh? Okay, yeah, I've heard things.
Yeah, they've definitely gotten some mixed reviews over the years. This one study found that on average, graduates from for-profit colleges tend to earn less than their peers who went to public or nonprofit schools.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty significant finding, especially when you consider that for-profit colleges often come with a hefty price tag.
Right. It makes you wonder if students are truly getting a good return on their investment.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's like buying a fancy sports car that looks great in the showroom, but then you take it for a spin and realize...
It can't handle a speed bump, let alone a cross-country road trip.
Exactly. Sometimes those shiny exteriors can be deceiving.
They can be, and that's why it's so important for students to really do their research. It's not just about getting a degree, it's about getting a quality education that prepares you for the real world. Choosing a college is a big decision, and there are so many factors to consider.
It really is. It's almost like online dating, you know? You can't just swipe right based on a flashy profile pic. You got to dig a little deeper, read the reviews, make sure it aligns with your goals and values.
I like that analogy. It's about finding the right fit.
Exactly. It's about more than just the paycheck at the end of the day. It's about personal growth,
Mhm.
about being an engaged citizen, about embracing that lifelong love of learning.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And speaking of lifelong learning, it seems like we've stumbled upon a topic that's ripe for further exploration.
So we've talked about merit-based scholarships. We've talked about early childhood education. We even dove into the world of for-profit colleges.
It's been quite the journey.
It has. But I think if we had to distill everything down to one key takeaway, it's that a college education, it really is about so much more than just getting a job.
100%.
It's an investment in your health, your relationships, your ability to think critically and engage with the world around you.
It's about empowering individuals to create their own success, wherever they may land.
And you know what? Maybe that's okay. Maybe it's less about controlling where grads work and more about equipping them to thrive wherever they go.
I think you're onto something.
But it does raise the question, if those scholarships aren't the magic solution for keeping skilled workers in state, what are some other things states could be doing?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is. Should they be offering different kinds of incentives like loan forgiveness programs or maybe even like signing bonuses for grads who commit to working in state for a certain number of years?
It's interesting to think about. I mean, those are pretty big incentives.
They are. Or maybe states should focus more on creating a supportive environment for entrepreneurs.
Right. Make it easier for small businesses to start and grow.
Exactly. Make their state a magnet for innovators and job creators.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
It really is. And you know what? I think this is a conversation that deserves way more time than we have today.
Definitely. There's so much more to explore here.
There is. But for now, we want to hear from you. What do you think are the best strategies for attracting and retaining a skilled workforce?
Hit us up on social media and let us know.
We love hearing from you. Your insights and perspectives are so valuable to this conversation.
We learn from our listeners as much as they learn from us.
Absolutely. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive.
Until next time.
Thanks for joining us for another fascinating exploration. We'll catch you next time for another deep dive.